George, how are you factoring in, everybody says the Eurozone crisis is the thing that matters most to the rest of the world. I mean, what are you supposed to do with this when we really don't know where we're going to end up, and we don't really know how we're travelling to whatever that end conclusion may be either? What are you supposed to do as an investor?
Well, in the U.S., I think the investors have to look at our current debt in America, and the only way out of this is inflation. And if anybody, thinks differently, they're not paying attention to the numbers. I think America is going to have to do what Brazil did, which is have a short period of increased inflation, and then try to put a quick end to it. And so when you're looking at that kind of environment, you have to stay close to the commodities here in the U.S. And there's no question about it. Europe's risk is definitely, we have, I think, in America, more exposure than we realize, than as a country, and the banks and the lenders, and then finally the investors have more exposure to what's going on in Europe but we're going to see that play out. But from an American perspective, inflation is coming, and you stay next to the commodities.
But isn't that a dangerous way to do it, though, to inflate yourself out of this? Because what if you can't control it on the back end, and also doesn't that create tensions maybe with other countries that you deal with on a daily basis?
It is going to create, and it will create problems with other countries, but America has gotten to a point where we are spending too much money. Our government is spending too much money. You take, in 1961 under Kennedy, adjusted for inflation, we were spending $700 billion as a government. Today, we're spending $3.7 trillion.
Well, why not spend less, reduce capacity, and have a couple of stretches of slow growth, and then once you get there, you spring load to grow? I mean, you got some foreign policy issues if you really inflate your way out of this.
Even if you do that, you still can't take care of 70+ trillion of debt.
Interesting.
It's too big of a number.
We'll pick up more of that conversation just a little bit. George Jarkesy of Jarkesy & Company, of course, Gemma Godfrey of Credo Capital with us in the UK.